Hi everyone, Bryan Cermak with another episode of Lifelong Lessons. It's never too early to start thinking about the fall when your children may be going to college and leaving home for the first time. Even though they're not there physically with you, you're still a parent and you're concerned about what happens with them. And it's important to put in place some documents we believe that you'll need, or we hope you don't need them, but you should have just in case, and they'll help you continue being a parent to your child in emergency situations. What am I talking about? Well, the first thing I'm talking about is an authorization for protected health care information, HIPAA. In other words, let's say something happens to your child unexpectedly. He or she's involved in a car accident at college. You get that infamous call that says, hey, your daughter's in the hospital, your son's in the hospital, and you show up and you want to talk to the doctors. And they say, oh, your child's over 18. Do you have a HIPAA authorization? Well, no, I don't have one of those, but that's my child. We don't care. Since he or she is over 18, you can't discuss with me his or her medical information. Certainly you don't, as a parent, want to be placed into that type of situation. Even worse, what if there's an accident and your child is incapable of making a decision? Let's say, God forbid, there's a car accident and your child's in a coma and cannot talk for himself. Well, then you'd want to have in place a patient advocate designation that would put you the authority to make medical decisions for your child who is incapable of doing so. Well, while you're doing that, you might want to put in one or two other documents. One is just a durable power of attorney that would allow you to do whatever your child allows you to do in their absence. Everything from going to the bank, withdrawing money from them from an account, making decisions about car payments, paying bills for them. And then finally, if you're paying for college, I know I'd like to know how my child's doing. There's something called FERPA. And you can get a FERPA authorization with the school that he or she is attending that allows you to discuss their education, see their grades, etc. I would put one of those in place as well, because if your child is hurt and goes to a large university that has its own healthcare program and clinic and goes there for treatment, you might have a HIPAA authorization, but unless you have a FERPA authorization, the clinic will not talk to you because it's technically part of a university. Again, we hope the worst doesn't happen, but it's always best to prepare for the worst so that you don't get caught between a rock and a hard place, unable to help your child, who will always remain your child. So these are simple forms to fill out. Call one of us here at Foster Swift. We'll be more than happy to help. Remember, as long as you have a thirst for knowledge, you'll never stop growing. Until next time, this is Bryan Cermak.